and thank you for tuning in today for our mat yoga practice. Today we will be focusing on gratitude and body appreciation. So let's begin by taking a comfortable seat. Just sit any comfortable cross-legged position. You can sit up on something if you like, elevating. We will be using a couple of blocks later in the practice. So if you have yoga blocks, go ahead and grab those. Or you could use a couple of books or firm pillows, okay? But just sit tall. You can let the hands rest on the thighs or in the lap, whatever is most comfortable for you. And sit so your spine is really tall and erect. We're lifting up through the crown of the head. And take a moment and focus your awareness at the space between your eyebrows. And then as you exhale, just softly allow the eyes to close. Turn your attention in. Ever so slightly, tilt your face up. Just like you're trying to get a little bit of sun. So gratitude unlocks a life never imagined. Gratitude makes what we have enough and more. In through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Good, in through the nose. Sigh it out. In nose. Exhale. And take a couple more. Take as many of those as you need. Allow that breath to help you settle in and settle down into your mat and to arrive into your space. Body breathing in. Body breathing out. Let's start our gratitude right here with the breath. It's really easy to take the breath for granted because throughout the day it does its own thing and we don't have to think about it. But take a moment and show some gratitude for this gift of life, your breath. Working tirelessly to sustain our life. Let's extend your awareness to your body, head to toe. Just take in the body, bring awareness to what it is to be in your body in this moment. It's common and easy for us to judge our body for what it can't do. Rarely for all that it can do. Other than the breath, give some thanks for all that your body does for you and allows you to do day in and day out. Can you give thanks for about your physical body? And shift your awareness to yourself, to your character, your persona. It's easy to be self-critical, right? In fact, we are often our own worst critic. But what parts of you can you be grateful for? Maybe it's a gift or a quality or a characteristic that we've worked hard for over the years. Or maybe it's something that comes naturally to you. Or maybe there are some things that you are currently working on. Just take a moment and be grateful for all of these things that make you uniquely you. Send love to you. Continue to expand your awareness now to the external world, right? For your home, for your roof, for the food that you eat, the bed that you sleep in, the water that you drink. And knowing that throughout the world, there are individuals that don't have the these basics, right? These things that give us stability, grounding. What freedoms do you have you could give a bit of thanks for in this moment? And once more, shift your awareness to the people in your life. Right? Nobody gets from point A to point B alone. We have the support, the love, the encouragement of others. What people do you have in your life that encourage you, that support you, that inspire you, that bring you joy? It might be easier to bring hand to the heart for this portion and just bring those people to mind and send them some love, some gratitude from your heart to theirs. As we move into our practice, as we move into our day, just know that whatever obstacles or challenges come your way, whether you can change these things or you choose not to, bring with you this sense of gratitude. And you can softly blink your eyes open. Welcome. Let's stay right here seated as we begin a bit of a warm up. Take your hands out to your knees. And as you inhale, lift the chest, open the heart. Good. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone and round the spine, maybe even looking to the belly. Good. Twice more. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. Good. Inhale, up nice and tall. We'll take a lateral bend to your right. So placing your right hand to the floor outside the hip, left arm reaches up and take it up and over, just stretching into the side waist, into the side body. Breathing into the body in all directions. Inhale, bring yourself upright, twist to the right. Nice and gentle and easy, even here in the twist. Expand the breath in all directions, into the belly, into the ribs, into the back, into the chest. Each breath, a bit of a celebration of life. Untwist, please. Left hand to the floor, right arm reaches up and over. Inhale, bring yourself upright. Take the twist to the left. Inhale, untwist. Uncross your legs, take your feet to the floor out in front of you, hands back behind for support. Just start with a few windshield wipers, just lubricating and loosening up the hips a bit more, just dropping the hips side to side. You could even add a twist to that as well. As you take the knees to the right, you might twist and turn to the left. And then come to center, knees go to the left, you twist to the right. Just exploring. And come to center, flip on over onto hands and knees, please. We'll continue our warm up here with a few rounds of cow and cat, but settling in, grounding down. Spread those fingers out wide, press down through tops of the feet, kneecaps. And as we inhale, we'll draw the heel of the hands back and expand the heart forward. As you exhale, push the floor away and round like a cat. Inhale, lift the heart, look up. Exhale, push away and round. Good, once more. Inhale to a neutral spine. And as you exhale, send your hips to your heels, child's pose. Stretching the hips back, reaching the arms forward. So extended child's pose, Utthita Balasana. Inhale, rise up onto your knees. Curl your toes under. And we'll take a downward facing dog, hips up and back. Keep the knees deeply bent here. And think about tilting the tailbone up as you press into the hands, pressing your chest back toward your thighs, elbows extended straight. And then rooting down through base of the thumb and base of the index finger. Good. Feel free to pedal around a bit here. You might bend the right knee deeply as you extend the left. And switch. Good. Walk your hands back to your feet, keeping the knees bent once more. Good. Inhale, half lift. So hands can either be on the floor, on the shins, on the knees. Come up to a point where it feels as though your back is really long and straight. Good. The heart is reaching forward. Now exhale, fold all the way down. On inhale, we'll come all the way up, but look forward first. Find that halfway point and then just keep going, reaching up. And hands to heart center. Let's take a couple of rounds of sun salutation just to warm up the body. And we'll start here at the back of the mat. We'll take an inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward bend all the way down. Inhale, lengthen forward. Good. Exhale, forward bend. And walk the hands gently forward, coming down to the knees. So sun salutations aren't something that we do a lot in our gentle practice. So we're moving nice and slow and easy, staying tuned in today. Hips drop forward until you're in what we call kneeling plank. Shoulders are stacked over your wrists. You're squeezing those elbows in toward the body as you bend the elbows and lower yourself to the floor. Uncurl the toes if they were curled under. Root down through tops of the feet. Roll your shoulders back and lift the chest. Look forward. Good. Stay lifted. Keep squeezing those elbows in. Press into the floor. Press yourself back to child's pose. Inhale back up to the knees. Hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Then walk the hands back to the feet. Uttanasana. And then Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Inhale, lengthen the heart, the spine forward. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, look forward, and then bring yourself all the way up. Hands to the heart. Let's do that one more time, okay? Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, half lift, lengthen forward. Exhale, fold back down. Walk the hands forward, knees will come to the ground. Keep walking the hands forward to your kneeling plank. Exhale, bend the elbows to slowly lower yourself all the way down. And then cobra pose. Remember to root down through the feet, elbows squeezing in. You're squeezing the shoulder blades together on the back. And then you're going to press yourself back up. And child's pose. First, stretch long. Inhale back to the knees, hips up and back, downward facing dog with the knees deeply bent, and then keep walking your hands all the way back to the back of your mat. Inhale, half lift, lengthen forward, exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up, look first, and then reach. And hands to heart center. And if it's comfortable, allow your eyes to softly close. Just tuning back in. Each posture, a celebration of life, a celebration of your breath, of this body. And we'll release the arms down. Let's take some standing postures while we're up here. Please come to stand in a wide stance on your mat. So you're facing the long edge, just as I am here. And feet out really wide, and start with your feet parallel. All right, so anytime we're in a standing posture, the foundation of the pose is going to be the feet. So we want to stay really grounded and active through the legs, no matter what else we're doing, okay? So let's start by taking warrior two to your right. So pick up your left heel and turn it back so the toes are angled slightly forward, and then turn your right toes out to the right. Okay. In this standing posture, we want our hips to stay relatively balanced, right, and even, right? We don't want to be in this kind of a situation where we've got the hips dipped down. So find some neutrality in the pelvis, root down through the feet, active legs, and then bend your right knee. And let's do it a couple of times. Bend the right knee and watch that knee. It should be tracking about middle toe. Right, so we don't want the knee dropping in toward the big toe or out, right? Keep it nice and stable and neutral. And then stop when your knee is right over the ankle, right? So we got the bones stacked right up. Now we have paid a lot of attention to what's going on here with the right leg. Turn your attention for a moment, awareness back into the left leg. So firming down into the pinky toe side of the back leg. And then let's float the arms up parallel to the floor. Start with the palms face up so the heart stays really open. And see if you can keep the chest and the heart this open and just simply turn the palms down rather than rotating the whole arm. And we're turning our gaze past right fingertips. Expanding the breath in all directions, the belly, the ribs, the chest, the back. And you know, the longer we're here, the more gravity wants to take over in our posture, right? Almost like we can feel it dragging us down. So our work is rooting into the feet, scissoring the legs, gathering up that energy, bringing it right up into our heart. Let's take Parsvakonasana or side angle pose now. Simply bend your right elbow, bring the right forearm just above the knee. Now, a lot more weight is shifted up to this right leg. So we have to continue to send energy into the left. Pinky toe side of that foot down. This leg is nice and firmed up. Right hand, palm face up. Actively pressing the forearm down so we still get some lift in the right side waist. Now, we have options with the left hand. You might keep it right here on the hip. You might just wrap it around the low back to open the chest. That's a really lovely variation here. Alternatively, you could reach fingertips to the sky. Oh my gosh, so many choices, right? Or alongside the ear. You do you. Let's take 2 more breaths here, wherever you are. Good. Now, wherever you are, left arm's going to reach up to the sky. You're going to push into the right foot, bring yourself all the way up, lower both arms and straighten both legs. We'll take Trikonasana or triangle pose now. Let's begin with your left hand on your hip and extend your right arm forward. Now in triangle pose, we want the hips to be offset. So allow that right hip to drop down. It'll give you a little deeper stretch here. And then continue to reach right arm forward. Notice I'm keeping it relatively parallel to the floor, again, so that we can stay really nice and open in the right side waist, okay? And then just simply drop right fingertips toward the shin. So we're using the left side waist to keep ourselves lifted here. Left hand can either stay here at the hip, or you can extend it and reach it up to the sky. Your gaze could be down toward right foot or up toward left hand or even in the horizon, straight forward. But stay rooted and grounded. Press down through big toe mound of your front foot, pinky toe side of the back foot. All right, this is our last breath here. Look down to your right foot, soft bend in the right knee, and then pull yourself up with the left arm all the way up to stand. Rotate the feet so they're parallel and just step the feet together. We'll give ourselves a little break and a shake out before we switch to the other side. Quick water break. Let's return to parallel feet. So we'll take those three postures on side two. And so starting with nice wide stance, feet parallel, and we'll take all of this now to the left. So pick up your right heel, turn it back so the right toes are angled to the left, and then left toes turn out to the left. Find that balance, that neutrality in the hips, and then root down through the feet. So get really long and strong through the feet. Pressing down, and then just like we did on side one, bend the knee a few times and just watch where it tracks. We want that knee to be tracking right about middle toe. Notice as you shift weight to the left, more weight comes out here, right? So stay grounded through the right leg. As we shift to the left, right leg is still really active, pulling you back. All right, let's stop here where the knee is about stacked over the ankle. Legs really strong. So not only are we pushing the feet down, but we're kind of scissoring and gathering all that energy right up. All right, float the arms up parallel to the floor. Again, try with the palms open first, so the heart is open, and then just simply turn the palms down rather than the whole arm. And we'll stay here for a few breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. Each posture, a celebration of life, a celebration of you. And side angle or Parsva Konasana is next. Right hand will come down, bend the left elbow, bring it down just above the knee, palm face up, actively pushing the forearm down so we get that lift in the side waist. And you decide what happens with the right hand. It can stay at the hip. You can wrap it around the back. Again, this is really lovely to open the chest. In fact, I think I'm going to stay here on this side. You can also take right hand, reach it up to the sky or alongside the right ear. Last breath. And take a look down to your left foot. Right arm, reach it up and pull yourself all the way up, straighten the legs, lower the arms. And now Trikonasana or triangle pose. Reset the feet. So press down, scissor the legs together. So we're gathering that energy up. Now we keep two straight legs. The left hip will drop down, the right one lifts up. Keep your right hand at your hip. Extend your left arm out to the left, and then reach it out to the left. Reach, reach, reach. Go as far as you can, and then when you've gone, you just drop the arm down. See if you can do that without dropping the side of the waist down as well. just simply drop the arm. So we're keeping ourselves lifted through the right side waist. In fact, you could probably feel all of those muscles fired up in there. Remember, right hand is your choice. Keep it here or reach it up. Arms extending, opening in opposite directions if that's your choice, but the heart is open. Breathe. Last breath here. Turn to look down to the left foot, bend the left knee, and then pull yourself up all the way, 2 straight legs, and either step or hop your feet together. Shake the legs out. Let's do one more standing posture here. We'll take Vrikshasana or tree pose. So we'll start in mountain. So feet parallel, heels underneath your sit bones. Sit up tall, root down through the feet, active legs. Now let's stay in mountain pose on the left leg and pick up the right knee. Press down, right foot, pick up the knee. So variation of tree pose today, just simply flexing the foot out in front of you with the knee lifted. And breathe. Maybe we bring hands to heart center. And now remember, your left toes could be still on the ground. It's by offsetting the weights. Maybe let's add a little movement to the upper body. Open the arms out wide. Exhale. Bring the hands back to heart center. Inhale, open wide, spreading your wings, giving your gifts to the world. And exhale, bring it back in to your heart center. And let's set it down. Shake the legs out. Boy, that was a fun little challenge, huh? All right, return to your mountain pose, Tadasana. Root down through the feet, and then we'll stay in mountain pose on the right foot. Get lighter with the left knee. So maybe the toes stay down, maybe you lift the foot. If you lift the foot, see if you can get that thigh up about parallel to the hip or hip height and flex the foot while you're there. Now, you can feel gravity, how it wants to take over, right? It wants to kind of bring us down. We need to push down into the foot and lift up and away. Let's see if we can take that extra challenge here. Bring the hands to heart center. Good. Inhale, open out wide. Exhale, gather it in. Inhale, open out wide, spread the love to the world. And then exhale, gather up all that the world gives and bring it into your heart. Let's do one more. Inhale, open. Exhale, gather it in. And set the foot down. Whew. Shake those legs out. Beautiful, guys. Let's come down onto our knees. I'm going to be using my blocks for this, so you might like to have yours as well. You certainly don't need to use them. I'll just place them up here, and I'll take a kneeling lunge. So bringing the right foot forward, left knee is back on the ground. Hands on either side of the front foot and aligning so that the front knee is about over the ankle, right? We don't want that knee to be shooting too far forward, but it's forward enough that when you drop the hips forward, we're feeling stretch in the front of the left hip or thigh, okay? And stay here for just about 5 breaths. Now, even here, we can be really active and grounded by pressing the right foot down, pressing the top of the left foot down and scissoring them together. So your right heel and your left knee squeeze toward one another. You can feel how that gives you that nice bolt of energy right up into the low belly. Lift the heart, keep it open. every moment, in every pose, a celebration of life today. Should be every day, right? All right, let's shift the hips back. We'll lengthen the right leg out in front of us now, stretching that right leg long. You may either keep the toes pointed, so sole of the foot to the floor, or flex the foot. If you flex the foot, you'll get a little deeper stretch in the back of the lower part of the leg. 2 breaths more. And even though we're folding over the leg, can you still keep the heart open? And inhale, shift forward, and let's switch sides. So the left leg will go back, or the right leg will go back and the left one will come forward. We'll start with the kneeling lunge with the hips drop forward. Press the foot down in the front, press the top of the foot down in the back. Scissor them a little bit together. Feel that jolt of energy into the low belly, lift the heart and keep it open. Expand the breath in all directions, into the belly, into the back, into the ribs, into the chest. Last inhale here. And as you exhale, shift the hips back, lengthen the left leg out in front of you. Inhale, we'll shift forward. Release the left leg. Please come to sit with the legs extending out in front of you. The legs out in front. You may have a deep bend in your knees to allow yourself to sit upright. You can also elevate the hips, right? You can roll up a blanket or even the end of your mat to elevate a little bit. We'll take Paschimottanasana, or just forward bend, seated forward bend. Legs extended, but not necessarily straight. Do try to keep your feet flexed to begin with. We'll inhale up nice and tall, long through the spine, heart open. And as you exhale, just to any degree, you can walk the feet forward. Just feeling a nice stretch in the backs of the legs. And 2 breaths more, please. Walk the hands back in towards you. Bring yourself up. Scoot your bottom forward. Lie yourself down onto your back. And we'll take Setu Bandhasana, or bridge pose. So walk your feet in towards your buttocks. So heels are right underneath your knees, arms are alongside the body. Now, bridge pose is a heart opener. Even though what we usually think about it is the hips lifting up, it's actually a heart opener. So let's start with an open heart. Right, so arms alongside the body. Do that little shimmy walk thing, right? So the shoulders kind of walk underneath you. It's almost the sensation of like squeezing the shoulder blades together, even while you're lying on your back. So it allows you to get really grounded through the backs of the upper arms, right? You can feel how open the heart is. Now, the other parts of our foundation here are bottoms of the feet and back of the head. So press down firmly, backs of the arms, bottoms of the feet, back of the head, and then lift the hips. All of this supported, as any back bend or twist should be, with abdominal engagement. So draw the navel back to the spine, up to the ribs. Good. One more breath, please. And then lower your hips all the way down. Walk those shoulders out from underneath you. Let's take a moment, allow the spine to return to neutral. Roll to your side, press yourself up. We use our 2 blocks for this next posture. So if you don't have 2 blocks, you could just take one single rolled up blanket and lie down on top of that. I'm going to show you the variation with the blocks today. We're basically just going to put something along the spine to open the chest as we rest. So I'm placing my 2 blocks at the top of my mat. They're about the distance apart of the length between my tip of my thumb and index finger, all right? That's usually a good starting point for most of us, okay? But know that you can change the configuration here. You can even change the height of the blocks to suit your body. And then I'll just use my hands to guide myself back to lying down on them. So this front edge of the front block is going to go right about base of the shoulder blade. So it's about like bra line, okay? So right about there, I'm just going to ease my way back and then keep going. Head should probably land on that other block. Shoulder blades just flattening out. I can turn the palms up by my sides and either extend the legs long or walk the feet in, soles of the feet together and knees open wide. So Supta Baddha Konasana with support, reclined bound angle. And let's stay here for about 8 deep breaths. And as you rest here for about 4 more breaths, can you remind yourself to be grateful for all of the things that your body can do for you, that your body does for you each day? Not just the getting to and from each place, but the breathing, heart, right? The everything, all of the functions that go on in the body, and we don't have to do anything about it. Like, it's just pretty amazing, right? And that gratitude can extend to our character, our persona. Let's use the hands to bring the knees back up if you had them open, and then I'll roll to one side. Use the arms, bring myself all the way up. Set the blocks off to the side, and please come to lying all the way back down on your back. We'll finish with a twist before Shavasana, but just lying yourself back for a moment once more, just allowing the spine to return to neutral. Let's hug those knees into your chest. Release your arms out like a T or a cactus, depending on how much room you have, and then drop both knees over to your left, softening into the twist. Breathe deeply into the belly, into the ribs, into the low back, into the chest. And then inhale, we'll untwist. Hug the knees in, maybe rock a little bit side to side as we set up for side 2. So release the arms back down, drop both knees over to the right. breathing into the fullness of you. Take one more deep breath here. Inhale and untwist. One last time, hug the knees into the chest. And then as you're ready, rest the feet down. Stretch the legs out long. Find your way to your Shavasana, final rest posture. And inarguably, sometimes the most challenging, because it requires nothing of us. Letting the eyes softly close if they're not already. An anonymous quote to close out our Shavasana today. Your body has been with you all your life and will be with you all your life. It has seen you through love and loss, pleasure and pain, challenge and growth. Your body deserves to be appreciated for every experience it has given you and every way it has supported you. I couldn't have said it better myself. As you send more gratitude to you, allow the corners of your mouth to turn up. Let's take a full deep breath in. Sigh it out. Inhale again as we call the energy back to the body, perhaps with a wiggle of fingers and toes, maybe softly rocking the head side to side. As you're ready to move more, roll over to one side or the other. Make your way up to sit, maybe even doing so with eyes still closed. As you sit tall, we'll join the hands in Anjali Mudra, palm against palm, resting the thumbs against the breastbone. Take a full deep breath in as you lift the heart up into the hands. And as you exhale, bow chin to your chest. And a gesture of gratitude. Gratitude again to yourself for taking this time for you today. And thank you for sharing your yoga practice. Namaste. See you next time.